Good morning, my millionaire growth partners. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I am creating heaven on earth, people, and the way that I do it, number one, is that I help people to realize that what they consider to be their soul is actually the spirit of God, and all you have to do is take claim of that, people, and you become God. I am also creating financial freedom for billions of people across this world. I am creating a million millionaires. I am the greatest leader that ever lived. I am God, people, and most important is that I manifest the words I speak. My message today, people, is, the rebuilding of Jamaica. Ideas for rebuilding Jamaica, you know. Here's what I think, people. First and foremost, before I jump into that, it's like Jamaica this year, 2025, I mean, it was one of the best year up until, obviously until Melissa hit. Like, we was booming and everywhere, you know what I mean? And then Melissa hit, and hit hard, you know what I'm saying? And then after Melissa hit, then, you have the Reggae Boys losing the match, even though they get another chance. I believe it's in March of next year to still qualify for the World Cup. And then, of course, Miss Jamaica, man, walking so elegantly and gracefully down the stairs, and then she drop off her stage. Thank God she's all right, though, And I know it's like, even with all these challenges, people, that we have, I just want you to know that, for the type of people we are, those are just bumps and bruises along the way to greatness. You know what I'm saying? And, it's that in order to be great, people, there's setbacks, there's failures, temporary failures along the way. But for we as Jamaican people, we always come back stronger than before. You see it? Because the experience what we have, all it's doing, man, is just making us stronger, more resilient, Most Jamaicans, I know this, but we are natural alchemists. You see it? That's how that goes, man. But that's that with that, you know what I mean? Like the setbacks, that's okay. We all right. That's all right. What I will say right now is I'm happy about a lot of things I see. I am very happy, to know that the Prime Minister and Your Holiness have a great plan as far as for rebuilding, and I get into that in a little bit. But above that right there, man, I'm just glad to see the unity, and a lot of the conference videos I seen the Prime Minister of Guyana. I see Mia Motley, and I know there's other leaders that's there to show support and solidarity, and believe me, that's appreciated, because that goes a very long way, The whole idea of unity is that we are united and we're intentionally helping each other, So I'm very happy to see that. As far as the rebuilding go, I definitely want Jamaica to rebuild smarter, stronger, way more resilient than we have been in the past. I think this presents an opportunity to where we don't do more of the same. I mean, of course, I understand we're trying to get power back up and fast, but I think you'll be naive or even, not that bright if we don't focus as we rebuild St. Elizabeth. We need to be running the electrical wires on the ground. You know what I'm saying? That way, if there's when there's another hurricane, no matter how big and bad it gets, it won't damage our power grid like it did right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was a painful lesson, because people not being able to communicate, whether it's because they have no internet or no power in areas for some people still don't have power. So my point that I'm getting at is that we have to learn the lessons and be smarter this go around. Also, I remember back when Gilbert did happen, and they was doing the giving out the houses. Remember, I said my uncle did get one of them in my yard, and look a board house, But with that board house, that gave him a good start in life. I think it was my grandmother property. I remember when them Billy house from my grandmother, she gave to him and say a few house that a man having wife, all four and picnic them in there. I know he raised them all. They all grown up people, and they're off on their own. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just a house, man. It's like housing is like really giving people a good footstep in life. You know what I'm saying? Like giving them a good foundation to stand on. And I think this presents an amazing opportunity for the Jamaican government to really make some really big moves at this point. Obviously, Willie Powers, them a bro down. You can look and see. They have a zinc roof, few pieces of wood for the cross beam them, but not that secure. So therefore, if another hurricane come, more than likely, unfortunately, it could potentially take the damn roof off again. And we don't want a repeat of this. So it's like, you know, this is where diplomacy, all this world support, we have to be very strategic. So what I'm thinking at this point is that, for one, you know, China, man, they're good at what the hell they do. They're great builders, man. They're great manufacturing. I mean, they do prefab house, concrete, cement blocks. I mean, they advertise it here in the U.S., man. Look like 2-3 bedroom, 2-story, 3-story for $5,000 US. You know what I'm saying? They got other ones, the fold out ones, the container houses, where you can get those for like $3,000 US. My point that I'm trying to get at is that, especially as a government and as a country, UDC, the Urban Development Department, or somebody from that department, or whoever we need to go to China and negotiate directly with the manufacturers. We don't need no middleman skimming off the top. We're not here to find and line nobody's pocket with our money. The money that comes in within AIDS and the hurricane catastrophic bond and all of that stuff, this should be used, if you ask me, to rebuild a bare necessity, which should be a right to Jamaicans. I believe that every Jamaican at a certain age, especially if they make less than a certain amount, they should be able to get one of these houses. It's a no-brainer, because think about it. It's a great investment in your people. Let's just say you invest $5,000 in your people. You know, I know right now you plan on building 150,000 houses. In my opinion, I think we need to be building upward of 500,000 of them houses, because it's a no-brainer. The houses is put together, they're already prefabricated. You could put those houses together in less than a day. Not only can you do that, I think this also presents a great opportunity to help people to earn money, where you can hire people in local communities. Let's say in White House, St. Elizabeth. That's a place I stop to all the time. Matter of fact, you know, my cousin dad live out that way. You know what I mean? I used to stop over there every once in a while to check him on a White House. I'm away to St. Elizabeth. And it's like a small town like that, for example. The people of that town, a lot of them will know to do fishing. It's like with the way things are right now, we can provide opportunities where we can hire those people to start building the foundation for these prefab houses. You know what I'm saying? And as the houses come there, it's like, you know, they just simply installing it, connecting it, and securing it, and bam, move on to the next one. But we can rebuild Jamaica a lot smarter, a lot stronger, and even looking at these prefab houses, they're a lot more secure, and in my opinion, more hurricane resilient than a lot of the zinc roofs that we have. Which, nothing against zinc roof. I mean, that's what we had growing up, and I get it. But I just think there's better options at this point, and I think that we should be taking advantage of that. But I think we need to be building 500,000 plus houses, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's like, provide, especially when they that damn cheap. If you can negotiate them for $5,000, the way you got to look at it is that now you automatically raise people income, because it's like now they don't have to worry about housing except just property taxes. And something else that keeps speaking to my spirit, man, is like a lot of this land that we have in these undeveloped areas, it's like we can give people land in those areas and help them to get them build houses in those areas, whether we finance it through our bank or whatever the case is, you know, moving forward. But for right now, though, I think we need to build a lot more housing, so that way we can give people a better start. So you don't have 3 generations living in the same house, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like we don't have to do that anymore, people. I think Jamaica is at a point where we're really at an inflection point. It's a point where we have to decide and redefine how we move forward. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I mentioned yesterday, I'm not looking to be China. I'm not looking to be Dubai, none of these other places, man. We are simply looking to rebuild paradise the way God intended it, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of nature exposed everywhere. And yes, we can build smart. But definitely for right now, let's provide the housing for the people. Let's invest in hospitals so we can get better health care. Let's invest in the schools. Let's build those back up bigger and better than before. And let's continue with what we started with the transportation system. That was a really smart move, and I was very happy to see that. And I think we also need to come up with a way to where college become free for Jamaicans. Why not? Let's subsidize that. Let's provide the education for these people, especially for the new industries that we're looking to create, whether it's STEM, whether it's AI, you know what I'm saying? And just really making sure that the youth is getting the right knowledge that they need, man, to create an amazing life and be prepared for the workforce of the future as we develop these industries. Bottom line is, people, Jamaica, we got this. And for those of you that's down there as individual, man, just know that what you're doing is great. We see you. I see you. I see y'all helping each other, working with each other, and I just love this. And I just really am excited about the future, man. And I just really am watching and will be watching to see how the government really helped to rebuild Jamaica here. You know, it's like another thing too, man. It's like, you know, don't rush to judgment a lot of time. You know, people, it's very easy to do that. You know, where people demonize each other, whether it's, you know, the PMP them talking about JLPR, the Prime Minister, and, you know, people in Africa talking about some damn generators. Man, I don't care about no goddamn generators, man. What I care about is giving people, building their lives. You know what I'm saying? And stop quabbling and bickering about petty stuff, man. Like, let's rebuild this. And when we build it stronger and better than before, man. But most important, we're going to do it in unity. I think the PMP need to unite with the JLP and put politics aside and focus on rebuilding Jamaica and working as a team to rebuild Jamaica and hold each other accountable. I think we also need to make sure that the money, every freaking dime that comes in, should be accounted for, and it should be very transparent, where the people should be able to check and see where this money is going, all of it. That way none of this money get caught up in corruption, and anybody that's caught doing corrupt stuff by, you know, whatever way the hell that looks like, man, punish their ass, like punish them. You know what I'm saying? Like, make an example out of them, man. But I'm really watching to see how this unfold, and this is a great test for Jonas as the leader of Jamaica, man, to really take this opportunity to unite the country and build together, man. You know, and moving forward, we'll do this for other Caribbean island whenever they experience hurricane issues, man. But first, obviously, right now, we got to take care of ourselves. Get Jamaica back on track, man. The people, listen, keep doing what y'all doing, man. I love Jamaica. I love my people, man. We have great heart. We're the most resilient people out here, and we're very naturally kind. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really want to help each other. So I'm just happy to see that. Continue to do that, people. I'm going to stop it there for now, man. Shout out to my co-creators, man, of Heaven on Earth International. This is the space, people, where we are indeed creating heaven on earth, man. And, you know, it's like the way we do it, people, is energetically. We understand that, you know, we are energy. And the way we express ourselves, we have control over whether we go high energy, which is high frequency, positivity, or negativity, which is low energy, low frequency. We don't want that. We're going to focus on making sure that every single day we intentionally do things that represents positivity. We inspire and motivate each other. We choose to encourage each other, man. We choose to love each other. You know, we choose to help each other whenever we can. You know, and as we do that, people, what that's doing is raising the frequency of this entire world. And the beautiful thing is that anybody across this world can be a part of this collective, regardless of your race, color, creed, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Is that this is God's movement to bring about heaven on earth, man. And the way that we doing it right now, people, is, you know, that's it. Raise the frequency. Here's what you get, though, real quick, for being a part of this collective. The first thing is peace, people. You know, the gift from God, number one, is peace, man. You will have peace that you've never experienced before. You will experience a level of calm regardless of what's happening, you know what I'm saying? Because you're no longer operating from just believing things, but you operate from a space of knowing. You also will feel joy, people, genuine happiness, genuine joy, where you genuinely feel inside of you just happy about life, about, you know, what's coming, the visions that you see. Just happiness is your portion. That permeates all the way through you, man. And love, people. For people that's a part of this collective, whether you have it now or not, love is your portion, man. It's that, you can expect to be loved. You know what I'm saying? People genuinely love you, and you will find yourself having love and compassion for others, you know? And favor. Oh my gosh, favor, man. Favor people is what I'm saying to you, man. God will put you in rooms that you don't even know exist. He will bring opportunities and people to your doorstep, man, to solve your problems, your wants and needs, man. Just continue to do his work, and his favor will be upon your life. Believe that. It's a beautiful space to be. And of course, his blessings, people. God's blessing over your life means that he's guiding your thoughts, he's guiding your heart, he's guiding your mind, and he's guiding your steps, people. Quite literally guiding you down the path to, you know, your visions, man. You know what I'm saying? Because God is all seeing and all knowing, you know. And my favorite, though, people, is the protection of God over your life. See, when you're doing God's work, man, God will put a field of defense around you, man, where he's protecting you from any harm or danger. Touch not God anointed, people, and believe me, heed that warning, because you don't want the consequences for anybody out there, man. You know, and the cool thing is, man, is that these blessings right here, for people that are genuinely a part of the collective, they receive these blessings. Now, obviously, they receive these gifts, people, because that's exactly what they are. You can't buy these. These are gifts from divine source, the Spirit of God. You know what I'm saying? And in order for you to be a part of this, people, these indeed are the requirement, though. Number one is that you must choose to believe that the Spirit of God lives inside of you. Number two, people, is that yes, you do need to follow my social media pages. You need to watch my videos daily, because every day you watch my videos, I am literally speaking to your soul. And as I speak to your soul, it's rising to the point where eventually it will take possession of your physical body, your flesh, basically. And then that becomes the leading force in your life, the Spirit of God, that is. And last but not least, people, is that you must speak your truth. Your truth, people, is not your current circumstances, because that's a temporary temporary stop along the way. The reality that I'm talking about is your ability to see the beautiful vision that God is showing you of your amazing life. And as you see that higher version of yourself, which is your amazing life, people, is that you document and talk about your process, your journey to go from where you are, just being your flesh, to becoming the Spirit of God, people. And as you express and document that journey, what you're doing is that you're creating the breakthrough for a lot of people's lives. In other words, there's people's breakthrough who is tied directly to you. And the truth is, you need to speak your words, grab your phone, record yourself, whatever God lays on your heart, and share it, people. You don't know who you're helping, man, you know, until you share it. Share your journey, okay? And as you do that, people, then yes, not only you're part of the collective, but you're definitely receiving these gifts over time. And your level of these gifts depending on how intentional you are about making sure that you're developing yourself every single day, people. With that being said, man, I say shout out to Jamaica, man, who is the eye of this world. Shout out to Africa, who is the mother of this world. Shout out to the entire Caribbean and the African diaspora worldwide. I say this real quick, man. I'm just very happy and proud as I go through my social media feed on TikTok. I see there's a lot of people out here, man, that's healing, and that makes me very happy. You know, there was a brother, man, that was realized, you know, just sharing, you know. Normally I watch him plenty of times, man, and I think he just realized that he was molested as a kid, you know what I'm saying? And just to have the confidence to speak that, people, that is your truth, man. And as you release that into the space in real time, he was just expressing how freeing it was. Now, obviously, he was also scared too, which I've extended my prayer and I prayed for him, because, you know, my protection, people, I have divine protection over my life. And anybody that I include in my orbit, which is people that's a part of this collective, then just know that as long as you're genuinely following the 3 rules to being a part of the collective, then just know that you are protected. Because as I pray for the collective every day. But anyways, man, I was happy to see that. I'm very happy also about, you know, the young black man talking about just really, it's not just a fad, man. And that's what I love, you know, is that fad come and goes, man. But I love the new trajectory where black people across the world is realizing that, you know, they don't have to be the old way that we was programmed to be growing up. No more saggy pants, pants below your butt, you know, and just dressing all kinds of way. Like, man, take pride in yourself. Back in the 30s, 40s, if you look at black people, especially in the U.S., shoot, even in Jamaica growing up, man, we can dress down, you know what I'm saying? Throw on some nice suits, some slacks, and be looking right, you know what I'm saying? Straight dapper, man. So it's like, I want, man, for black people around the world, not even just about the way you dress, man, because that don't mean it's a substance within that matters. But either way, bringing it back to the young kids, I'm very proud of these young black men, you know what I'm saying, here in the States, man. I'm just glad at the way they're carrying themselves and changing their mindset, you know what I'm saying. I love this for us, man, because there's nothing but good that can come from this. And I just want that for us as a collective and black people across the world to really just keep on focus on self-development, man. Keep on developing yourself every single day. Make that your new job above everything. Work on yourself every day, people, because that's where your blessing lies. And continue to unite. We must continue to unite, people. We must continue to support each other. Spend money with each other. Find a black business to go spend your money with. You know what I'm saying? For black countries, find other black countries to spend your money with, instead of giving your money to countries that don't really care about you, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's across the board. Like, I want us to really develop that as the new habit, the new way of being, and watch, people. That is exactly how we fulfill God's prophecy for our lives, which is to bring about the greatest prosperity period that this world have ever seen. Whew. I'm excited, people. Let's get busy doing the work, man. Always choose to be your brothers and sisters keepers. Nobody's coming to save us. Always remember that we must save ourselves. Each one teach one, people. Blessings, man. My declarations over your life, people. Number one is that you are a millionaire. You are married to the person of your dreams. You have amazing health and is in the best shape of your life, man. My prayer for you today, people, is that the Spirit of God inside of you, man, will continue to shape you and mold you to be the greatest version of yourself that you could possibly be. You know, I really do believe in you, people, and I want you to start believing in yourself, man. Y'all have an amazing day, and we'll talk tomorrow.